Hello, my friends, and welcome to this, the 9th or 10th edition, I'm not sure which, of Lori's Stories. Welcome back to my couch. My name is Lori, and I work for the Children's Book Bank, which is open a little bit of the time, some of the time. We'll talk about hours of operation and stuff you can do at the book bank or with the book bank after story time. But for now, I'm going to read 2 stories, and there's a bit of a theme today. The theme is being yourself, and in a lesser way, breaking rules. I was thinking about these 2 books, and there are 2 main characters who break a rule in the place that they live, and things are sort of better after they break that rule. So I was thinking about different kinds of rules, and in my mind there are 2 different sorts of rules. One is good rules you should follow, which are things that keep you healthy and safe, or keep other people healthy and safe if you follow those rules. That's like, crossing the street when you're supposed to. Right now you need to wear a mask to keep yourself healthy and other people healthy. So if you sneeze, you aren't going to get somebody else sick. You probably have, bedtime rules and what you're allowed to eat at what time, kind of rules. And those things, your parents, they make those rules to keep you healthy, which is good. Those are rules you should probably stick to. But there are some rules you might find in your life and you stop and you say, does this keep me healthy and safe? Why does this rule exist? And sometimes rules just exist because that's the way things have always been done, and that's not always the best reason to follow a rule. So something to think about when we read these books. These are the books that I'm talking about. One is Interstellar Cinderella by Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. Ooh. So it's a fun twist on a Cinderella story. And the other one is, gotta get closer, Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed by Mo Willems. You might know the name Mo Willems from, what does he do? Pigeon, Elephant and Piggy. But he also does some sort of standalone books where there's just one story. And this is one of them. It's very funny. I think I'll do Interstellar Cinderella first. And then we'll talk about, rules that are broken and all that kind of stuff. Interstellar Cinderella. This one rhymes and is a little bit tricky, so forgive me if I mess up a little bit. Once upon a planetoid, amid her tools and sprockets, a girl named Cinderella dreamed of fixing fancy rockets. She fixed the robot dishwashers and Zoom brooms in her care, but late each night she snuck away to study ship repair. One day her wicked stepsisters came dashing in, excited. The Prince's Royal Space Parade! Our family's invited! I wish that you could come, my dear. Alas, no room. Although, why don't you fix that broken ship and fly it to the show? There's the evil stepmother. My toolbox, Cinderella cried. We're stranded here, I guess. They stole her toolbox. That's not very nice. But Murgatroyd the mouse sent out a cosmic SOS. I'm here, your fairy god robot. I'll make you brand new tools. You'll need a spacesuit too, of course. Atomic blue with jewels. This power gem will speed your ship across the starry sky. It only lasts till midnight. After that, your ship won't fly. Oh, thank you, Cinderella said. She quickly fixed the rocket, then tucked the sonic socket wrench inside her spacesuit pocket. There you go, she's almost ready to go. She zoomed past stars and nebulae and parked beside a moon. The space parade was glorious. Each starship made her swoon. At last the royal ship approached. Her heart was filled with yearning. The ship of Cinderella's dreams. But heavens, what was burning? Can you see the burning? It's a bit tricky because it's a dark page. But it looks like this gentleman's ship is going to go down. The prince's spaceship jerked and hissed and spewed a cloud of grit. The prince hopped out. Oh, blast, what now? My chief mechanic quit. But Interstellar Cinderella knew just what to do. She zip-zapped with her sonic wrench. The ship was good as new. The prince invited her aboard. Last stop, Galactic Hall. He said, I hope you'll join me for the gravity-free ball. That sounds fun, doesn't it? They talked for hours of rocket ships. The time went whizzing by. Then Cinderella saw the clock and said, I have to fly. But wait, the prince called after her. Please tell me how to find. The girl was gone, but she had left her socket wrench behind. The prince sent a transmission to the farthest edge of space. I'll search the cosmos for her. How I wish I'd seen her face. The prince's ship, Grazilla screeched. Her sister squealed in fear. The prince won't marry one of us if Cinderella's here. Their mother said, don't worry. He won't find her in this house. I've trapped her in the attic with that useless robot mouse. Though we know he's not useless, don't we? The prince's cargo door revealed a broken craft within. The girl I seek can fix a ship. So who'd like to begin? They don't look too happy about that. He gave the sonic socket wrench to one, then to the other. Alas, they couldn't fix the ship, and neither could their mother. Cinderella struggled, but the space rope held her tight, till Murgatroyd's robotic teeth cut through it with one bite. It's a very useful mouse. The ship, it's leaving. Wait, what's this? She made a fast repair, then strapped the rusty jetpack on and blasted through the air. She's very resourceful. She landed right beside the prince. That wrench is mine, she cried. She quickly fixed the ailing ship. The prince said, be my bride. She thought this over carefully. Her family watched in panic. I'm far too young for marriage, but I'll be your chief mechanic. Amid her fleet of sparkling ships and friends both old and new, a joyful Cinderella cried, my stars, dreams do come true. And she still lived happily ever after, as you'll see. I'm a big fan of this book because who doesn't like a good fairy tale, right? But it's really cool, I think, when fairy tales are rewritten to sort of match, the things that might happen today. Like a girl, she looks like a pretty young girl. She wouldn't get married at this age, right? So that's something that you could do at home, maybe. If you really like fairy tales or, Disney movie fairy tales, you could maybe think about what might really happen. What's another version of a happy ending that sort of breaks the rules of that fairy tale? Just a thought. Just something you could do at home. Or you could make it cool and spacey and futuristic too. You could put it in a whole different world that has different, rules. Not everyone has to get married. So that's one. And this is Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed. I'll move up. It's a much smaller book. By Mo Willems. There is so much to learn about the fascinating little creatures known as naked mole rats. But for this story, you only need to know 3 things. Number 1, they are a little bit rat. 2, they are a little bit mole. And 3, they are all naked. Well, they were, with one exception. I'm going to show you all the naked mole rats. They all look pretty much the same. They have, I see one with a lunchbox, one with glasses. But the one exception is Wilbur, the naked mole rat who liked to get dressed. Hello, he says. When the other naked mole rats saw him, they said, ooh, yuck! What are you doing? I like clothes, replied Wilbur. When I get dressed, I can be fancy, or funny, or cool, or I can just be an astronaut. When the others heard that, they said, ooh, yuck. If you like clothes so much, then why don't you open a store or something? Naked mole rats can be very sarcastic. But Wilbur thought that was a great idea. There's his little clothes store. The other naked mole rats did not. They brought Wilbur to a giant portrait of Grandpa, the oldest, greatest, and most naked mole rat ever. There he is. Look at that picture, they demanded. Look at his heroic face. Look at his regal bearing. Look at his total lack of clothing. Grandpa did not look heroic. Grandpa did look heroic, I'm sorry. Grandpa did look regal. But he would also look heroic and regal in a casual shirt and some summer slacks. That's what Wilbur thinks. Oh, said the other naked mole rats, don't you get it? Naked mole rats don't wear clothes. And those are the rules. Well, why not? Asked Wilbur. Something had to be done. The naked mole rats marched right over to Grandpa and told him all about Wilbur. Grandpa was very wise. He thought seriously about everything he had heard. Then he thought some more. Wonder what he thinks. Finally, he said in a heroic, regal voice, "Gather the colony. I shall make a proclamation." Means he's going to say something official. Like maybe there will be a new rule. When Wilbur heard about Grandpa's proclamation, he knew it was serious. He looks a little nervous. Or maybe he's just excited. But he had no idea what to wear. So many options. In the end, Wilbur decided to play it safe. He just got his socks on. But maybe not safe enough. See, they don't look too happy. The others were so busy looking at Wilbur's socks that no one noticed Grandpa enter, until he cleared his throat and proclaimed, "Fellow naked mole rats, I had never worn clothes until I heard Wilbur's simple question. Why not? Why not indeed? Do clothes hurt anyone? No. Are they fun? Well, they may not be for everyone, but this old naked mole rat wishes he had tried getting dressed earlier." Then Grandpa complimented Wilbur on his socks. As fast as his legs would take him, Wilbur rushed home, put on his favorite outfit, and dashed back. It's a very fancy one. When he returned, Wilbur discovered that he was no longer alone. Let's look at all their little outfits, then I'll read the very end. There's a firefighter. The guy with the cool hat. Dancing girl in a skirt. Much has been said about that day, but for this story you only need to know 3 things. 1, some of the mole rats were naked. 2, some of the mole rats were clothed. And 3, all of the mole rats had a great time. No exceptions. And that is the end. Wilbur keeps his clothes store. And there's 2 little fancy naked mole rats there. And that is the end of my second story. And that brings up another very good point about rules. If someone, is telling you a rule or a new rule you're not used to, and they can't explain to you why that rule exists, if it doesn't keep you healthy or safe, or in school a lot you sort of have to keep organized to keep everyone safe. You all have to do the same thing to make sure you're all on the same page and you're all learning and you're not stopping anybody else from learning, that kind of thing. But if you ask, why can't I do this thing and no one can give you the answer, it's not a great rule. It's maybe something that should be thought about and maybe changed. And it's important that rules make you feel, okay and comfortable and you're able to follow them. But that's Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed. I'll show you the other one again. Dun, dun, dun. Interstellar Cinderella. This one's Mo Willems. This one's Deborah Underwood. You can come to the book bank and look for things by these authors. I don't know that I'll have these exact ones, but of course you can always come. And if you really want these exact ones, you can look on the Toronto Public Library's website, look for an ebook, or now you can actually order things to hold and then pick up, which is great. I will also tell you about when you can come to the book bank to get books. We are open the same hours as July, so if you've been coming in July, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you haven't been in recently, it is going to be Tuesdays from 10 to 2, Wednesdays from 12 to 4, Thursdays from 2 to 6. And while we're not going to have any fun programming activity stuff you can do inside the book bank, we do still have a summer reading program online. You can email bookbankreads@childrensbookbank.com or just come in and ask about it and we'll set you straight. You can keep doing that up until the end of August, so if you want to sign up, there's still time. And also on Wednesdays in August from 2 to 4 p.m. we're going to have what I'm calling Playtime on the Patio. We're going to do really quick 5-minute games, and it'll be fun. I haven't figured out what they all are. Probably like paper plane throwing contest. It has to be something you can do in 5 minutes. So paper plane throwing, little origami stuff, scavenger hunts, that kind of thing. That will be Wednesdays from 2 to 4, because on Wednesdays we're open from 12 to 4. That was a lot of information I threw at you. You can always, rewind and listen again, or you can follow us on Facebook. All that information will be there. Feel free to subscribe. There's a big red button that says subscribe somewhere down there, and you'll be notified when there are new videos on this channel. But until then, I think that's all the stuff I can say. That's all I've got. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time for Lori's Stories. Have a good day.